Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading today may apply to everyone watching. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages the universe has for the collective today. Please, what do we need to know? I'm sorry I caused so many fights between us. Well, yes, that's one of the things that your person is definitely sorry for. Creating arguments, creating fights, making mountains out of molehills, creating fights and arguments that weren't even necessary, blowing things out of proportion as well, because they were not comfortable in what they were feeling in their heart concerning this relationship with you. They weren't comfortable with the love that they felt. So what better way to sabotage a relationship than to create an argument? To create a fight, and then perhaps even turning around and blaming those arguments on you. And I really feel that these arguments were just disagreements. They were just kind of like a little frustration that you had with each other, and then boom, it escalated into this big, huge, ugly thing. And perhaps for some of you, that is how this connection with your person ended, when it ended between the two of you. But they are able to see now that they shouldn't have created this much damage into this relationship, that they shouldn't have created so many fights and arguments between the two of you that were so unnecessary. And if they were ready for you and for this relationship, when the two of you were spending time together, these fights wouldn't have happened. And even if they did, they certainly would not have blown up into the things that your person allowed them to become. Unnecessary drama, trauma, chaos coming into this relationship from your person because they were not ready for the magnitude of this love or for this relationship or for the magnitude of who you are, because they knew that this relationship with you was the one for them and they weren't ready. They didn't want to grow up. They didn't want to be accountable and responsible. They didn't want to have that maturity that they needed in order to be your partner. So what better way to create confusion and chaos and drama than to create fights and arguments? But I do feel your person does regret all of this and so much more that they've done into this relationship with you, and they're going to make amends for all of this as they make their way back towards you. I'm going to communicate with you much better. I've learned to listen. Well, thank goodness for that. Better communication is a very good cornerstone for a relationship, because if you're talking to each other and being vulnerable with each other and being real and authentic and coming from a place of integrity with each other, communication can build a strong foundation. Being able to talk about anything and everything. This is what your person is saying. They know that they didn't have the best communication skills with you in the past either. Perhaps you would communicate with them and it would take them hours or perhaps even longer to respond. And you didn't know what was going on with them because they were silent. But then all of a sudden in comes a communication from them and, oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. And you were like, yeah, but this is something that we should have talked about like 2 days ago. Your person has definitely had a wake-up call here about how they need to be a better communicator with you. And it's not just about that. It is also about them being a better listener, only listening to half of what you tell them, only responding to half of what you ask them. Your person is going to be much more engaged with you as you guys are having conversations, as you come back together and start rebuilding this relationship. They're going to be a better listener. They're going to listen with their heart. They're not just going to, yeah, okay, whatever. They're going to actually respond to you by validating back to you what you say to them. So you know that they've heard you, so that you can trust the response that you're getting back from them, because your person sees where they had shortcomings in regard to this in the past, and they're not going to want to let you down the way that they have in the past before. Because as your person returns, they are grown up. They will be accountable, they will be responsible, and they will do the things that are necessary to show you that they have grown up by being a better communicator, by being committed to this relationship, by making more compromises with you, by not having fights and arguments over the smallest little infractions ever. I wish I didn't have to learn lessons the hard way. Well, You know, guys, that's really kind of like a choice, right? We can choose to learn lessons the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. Doing it the easy way is so much better for all of us. It's better for you, it's better for your person, it's better for the relationship, but they chose to do it the hard way. It's not so much about them wishing, it's about them choosing to do it the easy way as you move forward with this relationship. And this is how it will be, because learning lessons the hard way has been a difficult experience for your person. Because, you know, when the universe tells us it's time to change something about ourselves, whether it is something in the way that we talk to people, or something where we can turn mountains into molehills, or if we have a short fuse and we react and respond ugly towards someone, or we say cruel and harsh and hurtful things, or we run or we ghost or whatever we do, the universe is going to teach us a lesson. And when it's time for that lesson, we can accept that lesson and go willingly into that space and get it and have it and understand it and make the changes that we need to make into the core of who we are, into our character, our personality, something within us, whatever it is. And then we just move forward from that space and acknowledge that we're not going to act that way again, and then we don't. Or we can do it the hard way, which is the universe kind of like coming along and knocking on our door and saying, hey, it's time to change. But yet we don't answer the door, nor do we answer the call of the universe. And we just keep going along, plodding along our merry way, doing all of the things that we've always done and acting the way that we've always acted. But then the universe comes along again and they pound harder on that door. And they say, hey, it's time for you to change. They'll turn up the heat. They will do whatever they have to do in order to get us to learn these lessons. But we can't avoid them, because we agreed to have these life lessons and these experiences for this lifetime. We all did. We all do. Everybody. Whether you have a relationship with someone or not, you still have life lessons and experiences for every lifetime. And then if you still resist the change, you still resist the lessons, the universe comes along, hits you upside the head with a 2x4, and then if you still don't get it, they'll just come along and drop a bowling ball on your head to wake you up. Not literally, okay guys, but figuratively, right? It is about waking you up, and sometimes the universe does turn up the heat in many ways to cause us to wake up and see the reality of the things that we need to change in our lives. Let's see what else we need to know. What messages are coming through, please? I don't know how to fix everything. Well, it's not so much about them fixing everything. It is about the two of you working together in harmony to repair what is broken by being better communicators, by making compromises, by being open to having discussions with each other instead of flying off the handle for no specific reason other than your own insecurities or your own jealousy or your own fear or whatever it is, but being able to talk things through. That is how you start to fix everything. And this is something that the two of you will be doing together. You can fix and repair this connection by starting over. I don't feel that this is about kind of like us trying to put this relationship back together or try to cobble it back together, although for some of you that is very possible. It depends on the extent of the damage that's been done here in this connection by your person primarily, right? Because starting fresh and starting over gives you guys a clean slate. It gives you a sense of renewal. It gives you this sense of, okay, things are going to be better this time because I am not going to screw this up ever again. That is what your person is thinking. And they can't fix everything. And it's not really their responsibility to fix everything between the two of you. This is where you work together as a team, as a couple, side by side, to help each other grow and evolve the rest of the way that you each need to, because that is part of this relationship as well with your person. And it is part of the life lessons and experiences that you need to have with this person, not only during the time of separation where you are now, But also there will be other life lessons and experiences that will come when you are together, when you are in this relationship, when you are in union with each other. And my God, those life lessons are going to be so much better than the ones that you have had in this most difficult phase of your journey with this person. Those life lessons are about love, better communication, making compromises, being better communicators with each other. It's doing it with each other to build a relationship that won't break or fall down ever again. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. When I hurt you, I hurt us both. I am so sorry. Well, yes. When your person hurt you, they hurt themselves as well. And I do feel that they are experiencing a lot of guilt and regret for all of this along the way as well. But again, that's all about learning lessons the hard way, right? If they didn't work through these issues when the two of you were spending time together or in a relationship before, they're going to have to work on these issues by themselves. And by the way, they're also going to have to feel all of the sorrow and sadness of not having you in their life. And on top of that, feel all of this guilt, regret, and remorse for hurting you and for hurting this relationship, but also for hurting themselves. That sounds like the universe dropping a bowling ball on their head, doesn't it? Why, yes, it actually does. But your person feels so sad. They feel so sorry. And they do want to apologize in person and ask you forgiveness because they know that this is what is necessary. They also are saying, this is what I want to do. I need your forgiveness. I desire your forgiveness because I truly am sorry for all of the things that I did wrong. Not just the fighting and the arguing, but for misjudging you, for blaming you for things that weren't your fault, for sabotaging this relationship, for running, for ghosting, for not being able to tell you how I felt about you when you knew that I had feelings of love for you, but yet I still denied it to your face, although you knew deep down inside yourself that my feelings for you were there. I just didn't give you the validation that you deserved or that you needed. And I don't know why I did that at the time. But I understand now why I did those things and why I acted the ways that I did, because I can see where I failed you and where I failed this relationship, but I also see where I failed myself as well. And I am not going to fail either one of us ever again, because I'm a better communicator. I know how to make compromises. I know how to meet you halfway. I know how to give back to you the way you've always given to me. I know how to be affectionate. I know how to be supportive of you and what you're going through. I know how to be your partner because I know how to love you in a way that I have never loved you before. And this is what I want to show you when I come back and we start fresh with each other. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What messages does the universe want to share with the collective today, please? Strength. We have a strong connection. That is what your person believes. And you guys watching the reading believe it as well, because there is a strong connection between you and your person. They've always known it, just like you have. But I love this strength card, actually, because this is a beautiful infinity symbol. This tells us that the connection between you and your person goes past many lifetimes in the past, but also many lifetimes to come that you will share with each other. Strength, the strength card, rather, tells us that your person sees you as an inspiration in their life. You have encouraged them to go through this process that they're in right now, where they are learning the life lessons. They may be learning them the hard way, but that's not your fault. That was their choice. But they are getting it, and they're pulling themselves together. And they're pulling themselves up by the bootstraps so that they can march back to you and start rebuilding this relationship with you, because they see and understand that there is no one else in this entire world or in the entire universe that is going to be a better partner for them than you are. You inspire them, you encourage them, you lift them up, you give them support, you love them unconditionally. They could not ask for anything else other than the passion that is here between the two of you, because that is also part of that Strength card. Strength is ruled by Leo. So if you or your person have your sun, moon, or rising signs in Leo, this can be a place of validation that there's a message in this reading for you. You don't have to be a Leo for this reading to work or resonate. They are collective readings. Please just take from the reading what speaks to your soul, what resonates for you, and release the rest. I just call out some of the astrology signs that go to the cards because so many people have asked us to. But your person sees a strength in you. They see a courage and a wisdom in you that they know that they will never find or see in anyone else that they could ever possibly spend time with, because your person is acknowledging with this Strength card here that the two of you belong together. So let's see what else we need to know. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? Well, this is the Ten of Wands. Well, I had a feeling the Ten of Wands was going to show up with some of the cards that we have on the top here. This is your person feeling this heavy weight of all of the guilt and the regret and the remorse that they have been carrying around with them. The Ten of Wands is a card that tells us your person feels at the moment as if they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, but as well, that's learning the lessons the hard way. That Ten of Wands is an outward manifestation of your person choosing to learn these lessons the hard way. But it's also about this connection that is here between the two of you. When we consider wands, wands are fire. They belong to the element of fire, and we have 10 wands here, so we have to consider that is a lot of passion. That is a lot of spiritual connection between you and your person. Yes, indeedy. Yes, it is. So yes, there is this strong spiritual connection here between you and your person. A lot of passion, but also a lot of love. This is about the chemistry that is between you and your person. And that chemistry is just insane. You guys know it. You felt it and experienced it yourselves, and so has your person. But at the moment, they are feeling the heavy weight of the things that they've done wrong, about hurting you, about creating fights and arguments, about sabotaging this relationship, about creating problems between the two of you that weren't there and certainly didn't need to be there. They just created them because of their fears, their insecurities, and everything else that they've been carrying around with them for God knows how long. But they are working through those things because that is their life lessons, guys. Learning these life lessons is about them getting rid of that baggage and just dumping it in the dumpster and setting it on fire with one of those 10 wands. Let's burn that stuff down. Let's torch it. Get rid of it so it's no longer negatively impacting this relationship. That is what the lessons are that your person is learning. But they are feeling not so happy with themselves for how they've treated you. And it is a heavy burden for them at the moment. But let's see what else we need to know. What other messages does the collective need for this reading today, please? Well, that's the Three of Swords. I was not expecting that, actually. But here it is. This is sorrow and sadness. This is your person feeling very sad and lost. It is your person missing you as well, because the Three of Swords is a card of tears. It is a card of crying, and your person perhaps even crying because they're having to learn these lessons the hard way. If we don't learn the life lessons, and even though the universe will turn up the heat, especially with that 10 of Wands being here, if we still refuse to learn them, if we still resist, and no matter what we do, we're just going to keep resisting, well, many times the universe will kind of like drop a little bit of karma on us, and doing some karmic lessons are also very difficult, and that can also create some sorrow, sadness, and tears. So perhaps your person is having some of that as well, feeling some karmic repercussions for the things that they've done in this relationship that were so damaging and hurtful to you, but also to this relationship, which when we think about it is a gift from the universe to begin with. Not a wise move to kind of like kick that gift from the people upstairs away and treat it with disrespect the way your person has been doing. But the Three of Swords is a card that tells us your person is definitely all in their emotions right now. They know that this is a strong connection, and they know that it's time to get back to you, but they need to feel and experience this sorrow, sadness, grief at the moment. Don't feel sorry for them. Let them go through it, because this is what is the wake-up call. This sorrow and sadness is the repercussions of learning the lessons the hard way. Okay, guys? Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today. What other messages does the collective need to hear? Well, this is the Ace of Cups. This is about starting over. This is about that clean slate. This is about wiping that slate clean and beginning again. And it's not about your person just showing back up and thinking that they can just jump back into this connection with you and not address these issues. This is about them showing back up, addressing these issues and apologizing and investing in this relationship with all of their emotions and all of their feelings and their heart and their soul and everything else. This is about your person doing what is necessary to make their way back to you and telling you how they feel about you. That is what that Ace of Cups is all about. This peace offering. There's a beautiful dove that is on top of that cup. The peace offering coming from your person. Will you forgive me? Can you forgive me? Can we start over? Can we start fresh? Is it possible that you can let all of this go and let me show you how I have changed and how I have become a grown-up? That I am a better communicator, that I can make compromises, that I am a better listener, that I won't let you down ever again because I have learned my lessons now. I wish I didn't choose to learn them the hard way, but I did. And I've gone through them, and I'm ready to show you that we can build this relationship again. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages are coming through? What do we need to hear? Well, this is the Prince of Wands. This is about your person charging in, getting it moving, getting it done, making it happen with a determination. That is what that Prince of Wands is about. The Prince of Wands is the Knight of Wands in the Tarot. The cards we are using today is the Tarot Illuminati, and they do call the Knights princes in this deck. The Prince of Wands is someone who is determined, someone who can also see that they did act impulsively in the past by creating these fights and arguments and other issues and problems between the two of you. But they are aware of what they've needed to fix and repair, and they have been working on it. They've been looking deep within. They've been looking at their character. They've been looking at their psyche, and they know where they have to address those issues within them. And this is what they have been doing while you've been apart, because that's Ten of Wands is also a card of the spiritual transformation that's been happening for your person. There's a lot of energy in that Ten of Wands card, guys. A lot, especially combined with that Prince of Wands showing up, who is coming towards you with a message. Okay? Coming towards you with a message is what that Prince of Wands is doing. Prince of Wands is a fire sign, obviously, so that is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. But your person is showing up with a determination. They're not going to let you down because they don't want to let themselves down either. This is about them doing what is necessary. This is about them showing you that, yes, they have changed, that they can be accountable and responsible now, that they want to show you through words and actions how they are so very different at this point because they want to win you back, and they want to win you back. This is about them fighting their way back to you to rescue you from this tower that is in this Ten of Wands card and win you back, slaying a dragon or two along the way if they have to. But as well, this is about your person just coming in, charging onto the scene and stirring everything up, kind of like the Tasmanian devil. If that is what they have to do, that is what they will do. They are thinking about what they're going to do and how they're going to say these things to you, how they're going to apologize and everything else, because all of the knights belong to the element of air. So think of this like air of fire. This is like your person's thinking about this decision, and then zoom, they're going to come charging towards you on that brown horse with that beautiful green cloak that this knight is wearing. On the bottom, we do have the Six of Cups. Your person's definitely thinking about you, feeling very nostalgic, taking many trips down memory lane and thinking about how things could be so very different right now if they didn't learn these lessons the hard way. And that is a true statement. If your person had been accepting of all of the challenges that they needed to accept to be in this relationship with you before, when you were spending time together, when you were in this relationship, then they would not have been doing this the hard way. But they've chose to do it the most difficult way possible. But that is their free will choice, and it is going to ultimately give them the lessons that they need. And that is what's important in terms of them returning and starting over with you. The Six of Cups is about the past. It tells us someone from the past is returning. This is about your person coming back towards you to have this new beginning. We also have the Two of Pentacles, definitely needing more balance in this relationship with equal give and take. And this is what your person will be bringing forward as well. This is something that they've learned while you were away from each other. They could see where they took you for granted. They can see where they didn't treat you with the same sort of love, affection, care, nurturing, and support that you did to them. And this is about them returning all of that to you. But as well, the Two of Pentacles is about change. Things are changing in this connection between you and your person. No more of the emotional roller coaster ride. That is going to be something that is gone. That is going to be in the past, and that will stay in the past. We also have the Ten of Cups, which is happy, happy. This is about super happy, fun times with your person, because this is all about the love that they feel for you. We have a rainbow on this card as well, which is the eternal symbol of hope, and tells us to be optimistic about this connection with your person. But also, the Ten of Cups is a lot of love and a lot of feelings that your person is going to be sharing with you. We have the Ace and we have the Ten of Cups, starting over to build a long-lasting partnership with each other, because this Ten of Cups is about long-term commitment, and it is your happily ever after with your person. We also have the Queen of Swords, looking very much like Queen Elizabeth I. And this tells us that your person is going to be acting with so much more integrity and fairness with you as they return. And that is about the fairness that comes with that Two of Pentacles as well. Being just, being fair, being balanced, where there is equanimity between the two of you, where there's equal give and take. But as well, being truthful, acting with integrity, acting with honor and trust and truth, but also showing up and knowing that you are going to enforce boundaries with them. You are more than likely going to set boundaries with your person when they make their way back to you. And your person knows it. And they actually want you to enforce those boundaries, because they don't want to smoosh over that gray line ever again. They want to make sure that they stay within your boundaries. This is about them not wanting to hurt you this way again, not wanting to let you down, not wanting to fail you. So if you see them starting to act in a way that is dishonorable to you and to this relationship, they expect you to call them out on it, and they expect you to follow through in calling them out on it as well. Okay, guys? It also tells us that you will be much more blunt with your person as they come back. You will say what you mean, and you will mean what you say. And your person knows this as well. Being more respectful of you, being more expressive of their feelings for you, because the Queen of Swords is water of air. And that is someone who is going to be able to tell you how they feel about you, someone who is expressive of their love and going to also show you their devotion to you as well. Not just about expressing their love, but showing you how they are devoted to you. It is about them wanting to build this long-term happily ever after with you. The Queen of Swords is a air sign, so that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. Let's see what other messages the collective needs to hear. What do we need to know? What does the universe want to share with the collective? What do we need to hear, please? What do we need to know for this reading today? What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? This card is number 25, and it is Metamorphosis. And I really love how the flamingos, I almost said pelicans, I love how the flamingos are kind of like bumping beaks here and making that little heart with their heads. I always love that about flamingos. If anyone resonates with flamingos, there you go. But I feel that this is about the change that your person is going through, and they have needed to go through this metamorphosis, and they know it, but that is the life lessons, going through those changes that they need to go through so that they can show back up and be this partner who is authentic, truthful, real, dedicated, determined, committed, a better communicator. Someone who wants to make compromises, a better listener, someone who can be your partner in every single way possible. Not only about the romantic aspects, but being your best friend as well, being your confidant, being your companion. And that is what that 10 of Cups card is all about. That is how you build your happily ever after with each other. This card comes with number 3. If anyone resonates with 3, 3 is a very spiritual or holy number, especially with this triskeleton carving here behind this wizard of awareness. Looking a little bit kind of like the hermit in a way, I suppose. But I feel that this is about your person gaining so much more awareness now than they have had before. They were perhaps not very aware before because they were self-absorbed or selfish or whatever it was or however it was that they were. This is about them being so much more aware and self-aware of who they are and who you are and their place in this connection and their place in the world and in the universe and everything else, because your person has had this major wake-up call and they have chosen to learn their lessons. Yes, they've learned them the hard way, but they are learning them. And becoming aware is a journey of self-discovery. And I feel that your person has had to do a lot of work to make this happen. They've had to go off and look at themselves and really see and analyze where they had screwed up, where they fell down, where they failed you, where they failed this relationship, because this is about them not wanting to make those same mistakes again, because they have gained much greater awareness now. This is a card of healing. This card comes with number 47, which interestingly enough, 4 plus 7 does make 11, but this is about healing. Your person needing to heal those things within them that were broken, but also you guys as well watching the reading. This is about getting help from the people upstairs as well. The universe is at work here, helping lead, guide, and direct this connection between you and your person. And I do feel that your person rather, not they, the universe. I do feel that your person is listening to their inner guidance. They are following what their inner guidance is telling them, because they don't know how to fix this. They know that they need some help from the people upstairs as well, from their angels, from their guides, from God, whatever the higher power is for your person. And they are asking for help. The person could be praying. They could be praying, actually kneeling beside their bed, or while they're sitting on the sofa, or while they're driving in the car, or while they're at work. You don't have to be kneeling in a church to pray. You can pray anywhere and everywhere, because that Bible verse says, pray without ceasing. And I do feel that your person is praying to God, to the universe, to their angels and their guides for forgiveness, but also asking for help in terms of getting rid of the remnants of the rest of these life lessons that they need to tidy up, finish up, put their seal of approval on, and then move on their way back to you. This is also about your person hoping that this relationship between the two of you can be healed, that you will be open to them having discussions about starting fresh and starting over, because with that Ace of Cups being here, that is what your person wants. But it's not just about starting over and just hanging out. With that 10 of Cups that's here as well, it is about a long-term partnership for you and your person. That is their end game. That is their ultimate goal here. Okay. Also, if there's some healing that you need for yourselves, you guys watching the reading, now is a good time to ask for that from your angels and guides as well. Pride. Well, proud, ego-driven, stubborn, selfish, mature. Well, that's not someone who's very self-aware, is it? Someone who's operating from a place of pride someone who's ego-driven, someone who's stubborn, selfish, and immature. And your person is perhaps very much acknowledging that, yes, that is how they were in the past, but they're not going to be this way with you because they have been healing all of this stuff. They've been releasing those things that have caused them to be immature. They've been growing up. They've been using this time wisely because that is how they needed to learn their lessons. They needed to learn them the hard way. It's going to take them a lot more effort, which is why it's taking them longer than what we had hoped or anticipated for most of you watching the reading. But they are learning them, and they have a much greater awareness now of themselves and of who they are and their place in the world and their place in the universe and their place in this connection as well. Because when they come back, you will see a maturity in them. You will see that they are operating from a place of selflessness, that they are operating from a place of love, that they are no longer stubborn or driven by their ego, that they are authentic and acting with integrity and truth that comes with that Queen of Swords card. Someone who is restoring balance to this relationship, someone who is giving equally to you more than they ever have. And it won't be so much about this equal give and take. It will be about them giving more to you because they want to regain your trust, your love, and your respect. Of course, you still love them, but they want to regain that. It is about them getting on this horse here. Remember, we talked about that, and charging in your direction to charge up the steps of that hill that are on that Ten of Swords card and come up into the tower to rescue you on that 10 of Wands card, rather, this 10 of Wands card. Let me try that again. It is about them charging towards you to charge up the steps on this 10 of Wands card into that tower to come and get you, to come back for you, to slay a dragon along the way if they have to. But that is very much what their plan is. And that is not someone who is acting from a place of pride or immaturity or selfishness. Your person knows the things within them that have needed to be fixed, that they've needed to work on. And this is what they are doing during this time that you are away from each other. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? Mirroring each other. Challenges, triggers, reflecting, healing, introspection. Well, I do feel that this healing time, this healing journey is for both of you at the moment. Yes, you are apart from each other, and you will help finish and finalize the healing for each of you when you come into this beautiful reunion with each other and moving it to union. But as well, you do mirror each other. You reflect back to one another the things that you need to work on, that you need to heal, that you need to release and let go, whatever those things are. And it is challenging, but this is what you are using this time away from each other to do. Just now, your person healing, your person doing inner reflection and introspection to find the things that have caused them to operate from that place of pride and ego and selfishness and stubbornness so that they can get rid of them. That is what these lessons are. Even though they're learning them the hard way, they are learning them. You probably learned them a lot easier than your person did, you guys watching the reading, but that is because you are probably so much more self-aware than your person was when the two of you were spending time together. But they are becoming more self-aware now because they want to meet you halfway and they want this to be balanced between the two of you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? Denial. Well, this is about your person in the past, right? Justifying problems, refusing to take responsibility for causing the problems and arguments between the two of you, avoiding issues by not addressing them, trying to just sweep everything under the carpet. But as well, denial. Don't even know I am lying. And through that denial, your person was lying to you, especially when they were denying having any feelings for you, especially when they denied that there was no connection between the two of you, and other things that they have done along the way to try to put distance and space between the two of you. This is what this denial card is all about. but they're not going to be denying this connection anymore. Oh no, not with that 10 of Cups being here, because that is about the love. That is about so much love. 10 Cups overflowing with love for you. We consider the Ace of Cups, it's 1 cup, and that is all about love. We consider 10 cups. That is a whole bunch of love, guys, that 10 of Cups card. So if your person has denied their feelings for you in the past, that is going to be so different for you and for this relationship as you come back together, because your person is going through changes happening. That is what that 2 of Pentacles is also about. Things being different. No more emotional roller coaster ride. No more hot and cold. No more up and down. No more of this craziness that your person brought into this connection for the 2 of you in the past. This is about them just being balanced on an even keel with you and allowing things to develop between the 2 of you without any need to control it, because they're not denying their feelings anymore, and they're not going to be coming from this place of pride, ego, and stubbornness. This is about your person being able to invest in this connection and in this relationship with all of their heart and all of their soul. Moving forward, shift, change of beliefs, behaviors, attitude, and perspective. And that's it. This is the whole reading right here, guys. Shift. I wish I didn't have to learn lessons the hard way. Shift. The end. Because that is what this is all about. Changing behaviors, changing an attitude, change in their perspective, change in their beliefs, change in everything concerning you and this connection is what is going on for your person. Change of beliefs. I believe we have a soul connection. That's what came up with that Strength card. Change in their behavior. Well, that's something that's definitely needed to change. Getting rid of that pride, that ego, that selfishness and stubbornness and immaturity as well. Change in attitude. Yes. That's also part of that pride and ego, but also trying to justify problems and refusing to take responsibility. And change in perspective. I feel like that is the biggest one. And I feel like that is really about your person saying, my change in perspective is that I no longer need to fear love. I no longer need to fear being loved by you. And I feel that that is the biggest one of all, because this change in perspective is about your person saying, I no longer fear being loved. I no longer fear loving. I no longer fear being able to tell you how I feel about you, because I see and understand now with much greater clarity, because these life lessons that I have been going through during the time that we've been apart from each other have been the powerful teachers that have given me this wake-up call that I have needed. And while I made it more difficult than necessary, because I chose to learn them the hard way, I have definitely been learning them, because more than anything, what I really want is to come back to you and talk to you and start spending time together again, because I see the strength and the power of this connection, and I see the strength and power of your love and the love that I have for you. It's time for us to start spending time together, because I want to start over. I want to wipe the slate clean after I explain everything to you, and then I want to move forward in this relationship with you on a different level, from a different perspective, in when we are both in a different space, because we are very different now, because we have been healing and transforming, which I see and understand was a necessary part of my growth for this journey with you. I was in denial about my feelings for you because I was resisting this connection. I was trying to run from what I was feeling, and it hasn't worked because my feelings were still there. I can't deny this connection anymore. I can't deny my love for you anymore, but I'm coming back to you broken down and humbled by the love that is here between us, because I don't want to be proud or full of ego anymore. I will no longer be stubborn and selfish. I will be selfless with you, because I have grown up and I want to share my life and my love with you. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you. Have a great day, everyone.